Alrighty, let's get started. Welcome everyone to the Edison Township High School College Fair. We're so excited to have you participating in this event. We have some fantastic schools here with us today. Each will have 6 minutes to share about their institution. We'll be around for the entire session to answer questions. My name is Chelsea and I will be your facilitator. Before we get started, a few housekeeping items. Your camera and microphone are off, so the panelists cannot see you or hear you. You can use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to the presenters at any time. This is one of many sessions happening, so be sure to check on the schedule on the website when you're ready. This presentation is being recorded and will be available at strivescan.com/Edison. And I'd now like to turn it over to our first presenter, and that would be Wentworth Institute of Technology.
Hi, everybody. My name is Marissa Najarian. I'm one of the assistant directors for Wentworth Institute of Technology, and I'm going to quickly share my screen and run through a bit of my presentation. Okay, so again, thank you guys so much for joining. Going over Wentworth, we are located in Boston, Massachusetts. Looking at our numbers, we have about 4,500 undergrad, which is considered a small institution, with 77% male, 23% female, 6% international, and then 29% that identify as Alana. We are made up of 5 schools, which include the School of Architecture and Design, the School of Computing and Data Science, the School of Engineering, the School of Management, and then School of Sciences and Humanities. We also do have several 4+1 programs. So if you're ever planning on getting a master's degree after your bachelor's degree, these are some of our wonderful programs that we have as well. So why Wentworth? Well, something that we always love to talk to our students about is that we are an action-oriented learning environment. So from day one, you are working with the materials and machinery and working on projects to really implement what you're learning in the classroom through lectures. Some of the examples of the projects that we've had our students work on is our biological engineering students. This past fall recently changed the RNH in E. coli so it glows in the dark under a blue light to better identify it. Our mechanical engineering students have also built a dune buggy from scratch and raced it against other countries, including Brazil. We have not won though, so that is something we're going to work on, hopefully with your help. And then, of course, we do have another one, cybersecurity, where we do have a course where we teach you how to hack the school Wi-Fi, but then you do sign a waiver that you're not allowed to do it again. So there is that. We also do have this wonderful lab that's actually in the picture. It is our Accelerate lab, where we encourage our students to come in their free time and work together to kind of come up with their own ideas, and then we help fund those ideas. Something that recently just came out of it is our biomedical engineering students actually created a reusable K95 mask, which is actually in the process of being sold to Boston hospitals right now. Something also that we love to talk about is the fact that we really want to make sure that we're preparing our students for the real world once they leave Wentworth. And to do that, we make sure that all of our students complete 2 full-time internships, also known as co-ops, in order to graduate. These are often paid internships, and when they are paid between the 2 semesters, we do find about our students are walking away with about $20,000 in their pocket, which is a good chunk of change. We also have found that the starting salary for our Wentworth graduates is about $64,000. So you're really seeing return on investment right there. And then about 97% of our students get hired upon graduation or attend grad school. And what is in the red is actually some of the companies, more recognizable companies that we've been able to get our students connected with. So Collin Aerospace, Hasbro, iRobot, Apple, General Electric, Raytheon, Toast, just to name a few of them. And we are ranked number 3 in the Northeast for career preparation by the Wall Street Journal. I am going to just jump a little bit. So we are a very close-knit community. Like I said, we're about 4,500. We do make sure that we have a low student to faculty ratio. So So ours is currently 16:1. Average class sizes are about 18, though they can be a little higher, maybe 20 for mechanical engineering. And then we do make sure that all of our courses are taught by faculty members. Other institutions sometimes use TAs or grad assistants to teach the beginning courses. We make sure that everything that you're getting is from faculty members who have been in the field. And then we do have 4 years of guaranteed residential housing in Boston. We do, outside of the classroom, have about 70 clubs and organizations. We're Division 3 for varsity sports. We have about 9 club sports, and then we are part of the Colleges of the Fenway, which is 5 colleges that have agreed that we can have our students take classes at other institutions for no extra fees. And then just jumping a little bit ahead for the admissions and financial aid part. We do have 2 rounds, including early action round 1, early action round 2, and then regular decisions. We are located on the Common App. Some of the things that we do require is that everyone has to have completed Algebra 2, and any of our computer or engineering courses, you need to have passed pre-calculus. We are SAT and ACT optional as well, and about 85% of our students get some sort of financial aid. And our tuition added up is about $52,000, but everyone who applies is considered for a merit scholarship as well. Thank you guys so much for your time. Stop sharing.
Awesome. Thank you. Okay, next up, we have Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute.
Hey everybody, I'm Jen Yeager from RPI, or Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute. Thanks for joining today. I'm going to share my screen here. Hold please for the sharing of the screen. All right, so we are the oldest polytechnic school in the Northern Hemisphere, started back in 1824. We like this slide because this is just a small sampling of things that are available at RPI. I like to zero in on that first year retention rate, a nice healthy 92%. That means students get retained 92% of them from freshman to sophomore year. And that's really because of the supportive environment. The rigor is very tough at Rensselaer, but there's lots of supports to make sure that our students are being successful. And then we are in upstate New York. We are in the city of Troy, which is in the Tri-Cities area of the capital region of upstate New York. So Albany, the capital city, is right by us, about a 10-minute drive. I always say students can always run away for the weekend if they want to. Very accessible in the Northeast, just 3 hours south to New York City, another 3 hours to the east to Boston. You can even, during non-COVID times, run away and leave the country. It's about 5 hours north to Montreal when we're able to do that. We have 5 academic schools. You'll see that they're shown by a Venn diagram on purpose. We like to say we have low walls between the 5 schools. Every single student that goes to Rensselaer, depending on their program, is going to take 24 credits in humanities, arts, and social sciences. And there's lots of opportunities for students to do a minor or a dual major here at Rensselaer and still graduate within 4 years. So we have the School of Architecture. We have the 5-year B.Arch program that gets students ready to sit for licensure as an architect. And the newer BS in Building Sciences, that's a 4-year degree that deals a little bit less in design and a little bit more on the systems of a building, like lighting, acoustics, things of that nature. We're known for our School of Engineering, biggest school at Rensselaer. 55% of students are engineers. The 3 most popular types right now are aeronautical, biomedical, and mechanical. Again, lots of opportunities for duals or declaring minors. Also very important to know, we take in lots of students as undeclared engineers. And again, there's special programming for them. So they'll have people from industry come into their classes talking about the impacts of each type of engineering. So they're well informed to make that declaration of a major by the end of sophomore year. School of Humanities, Arts, and Social Sciences, we refer to as HAAS. We like our acronyms. The biggest program in HAAS is Games and Simulation Arts and Sciences. And all the programs in Haas, it's like liberal arts, but with a technological twist. Lots of data analysis involved, lots of higher level math. Psychological science is very, very popular, as is design, innovation, and society. And again, all students, regardless of their major, are going to take 24 Haas credits, which is a good jumping off point to declare minors. Lally School of Management has 2-degree programs, the BS in Business Management and our newer BS in Business Analytics. This is a great program because we need business analysts throughout the world right now. That's how businesses are run. And the really good thing about business analytics is it's a main draw for students that have interest in both higher level math and in computer science. School of Science is our second biggest school. Our computer science program is the biggest across all bachelor programs at Rensselaer. That's within our School of Science. We have 4 different disciplines that are related to biological sciences alone. And mathematics and physics are very popular in the School of Science. We also have the Accelerated Physician Scientist program, 7-year program with Albany Medical College. Students spend 3 years here at Rensselaer, and then the last 4 at Albany Medical College, and they don't have to take the MCAT. So that's a very popular program. ITWS is within the School of Science. That's like an applied computer science. Very often students will do a dual with computer science and ITWS. Not for nothing, students getting a BS in ITWS are getting starting salaries of about $100,000 a year. So not too shabby, might be something to look into. We're a mid-sized research university. Students can start research as early as 2nd semester freshman year. And the arch semester is the way that students are able to do co-ops, internships, dual majors, co-ops. I already said co-ops, but you get the idea. The whole way that students are able to still graduate in 4 years and have all these experiences, especially a co-op, which could last 6 to 8 months, is the entire rising junior class takes classes during the summer. They're there, they kind of run the campus. That is going to open up either their junior spring or their junior fall to go away and do their co-ops, internships, community service, whatever is going to be advantageous for them. We have 212 clubs and organizations, very, very involved on the student life side. And application-wise, we offer early decision 1 and 2, which are binding decisions. That physician scientist accelerated program has an early deadline of November 1st each year. That's a lengthy process. We added early action last year. That's very popular. And then we also have obviously regular decision. We're looking for 3 years of science with a lab-based physics and 4 years of math. You only need through pre-calc, but if you get calc in your schedule, that is highly recommended. It makes you that much more competitive. And I see Chelsea, so I will wrap it up and say thanks and reach out if you guys have any questions at all.
Thank you so much. All right, next up we have SUNY Maritime College.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us. Just give me a couple of seconds to share my screen and bring up my presentation. Let's see. I hope this looks okay. Does it look okay?
All good.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. All right. So good evening, everyone. My name is Amira. I am one of the admissions counselors here at SUNY Maritime College. So this is a brief snapshot of our campus. We are a 55-acre waterfront campus located in Bronx, New York. As you can see, our campus is located right underneath the Throgs Neck Bridge, which is pretty much the bridge that takes you in from the Bronx to Long Island. So if you're familiar with that area, this is what our campus looks like, and you can probably see it from the bridge itself. So I'll be talking a little bit about of every single aspect that you probably see on this screen here. So when we're talking about Maritime by the numbers, we have approximately 1,800 students, 70% of which are regimental students, 30% are civilian students. And we have 13 nationally recognized programs within science, engineering, business, and humanities. All of our engineering programs are ABET accredited. And then to top that off, we have about 13 NCAA Division III varsity sports. I will admit that number has changed. It has bumped up to now 14 to include women's basketball now. So that we are currently recruiting for at this time. We have approximately 80 student clubs and organizations, and our average class size is about 21, so similar to a lot of the schools that we'll be presenting here tonight. And then we have a 15-to-1 student to teacher ratio. So again, keeping to that small class sizes and personal attention that you'll get from your professor themselves. Something else to note is that we do not have any teacher's assistants. All of our classes are taught by professors themselves. So this is a list of all of our undergraduate academic programs. We have 5 within the Bachelor of Engineering program, which include electrical, facilities, marine, mechanical engineering, as well as naval architecture. Our Bachelor of Science programs include international transportation and trade, marine operations, and marine transportation, which incorporates all of our business degrees. Marine environmental science is our only science degree, and maritime studies is our only humanities degree. We have 1 Associates of Applied Science in, maritime technology, not marine technology. And our 2 master's programs rounds out our 13 programs that we have offered here. And both of those are international transportation management, that is our business master's degree, and maritime and naval studies is our humanities master's program. So professional experience and lifestyle options. So we're going to first talk about the professional experience options that we have at SUNY Maritime. So we have 3 different options. So depending on the program that you choose, you have the option of either completing your deck license, engine license, or the internship option. The deck license is basically a navigational license, which allows you to sail and work on ships, but you'll be primarily on the bridge of the ship, which allows you to essentially drive the ship. The engine license, those students are working in the engine room of the ship, working on the ship's power and mechanical systems. And the professional internship, those students are not working and not going for that license to sail and work on vessels. They're more so getting an internship in order to graduate. So one of those tracks is required to graduate. And I will say that the Regiment of Cadets, as I had mentioned earlier, that is a program that is required for students who are going for that deck license or the engine license. That is something that is federally mandated, so it is required for students who are choosing to go that route. It is a military-esque lifestyle. It is not a military obligation whatsoever. You do have to wear a uniform. You do have to do certain things that are, again, military-esque, but again, not a military obligation. So think of the license program as essentially a double major because you're taking classes for that license to sail and work on vessels, as well as getting your degree. So internship students are known as civilian students. Those students are, again, doing an internship in order to graduate. They're not wearing a uniform. They're not part of the Regiment of Cadets. The reason why they're included in that regimental circle or Venn diagram is because you can be an intern regimental student, but that's totally up to you. So there are a lot of different pathways for you here at SUNY Maritime. And then when we're talking about our application information and requirements, we offer our application through the SUNY app or the Common App. Our SUNY app does require an additional form that just elaborates your achievements in high school, so any clubs or activities. We require 1 essay, your final official your high school transcript, SAT or ACT scores, and 1 letter of recommendation. So currently, all SUNY schools, we are test optional for the fall 2022 and spring 2023 semester or fall application seasons. Word about the following application seasons will be available later in this year, hopefully. So this is a class profile for the Bachelor of Engineering program and Bachelor of Science programs. As you can see, the requirements are a little bit more rigorous for the Bachelor of Engineering program, and we do require pre-calculus for those looking to major in the Bachelor of Engineering programs. Those numbers are just a guideline, but we would like you to at least try to achieve some of those numbers. Again, not a set in stone set of numbers. We look at your application on a holistic level. So currently our application has been extended to April 1st for the fall 2022 semester. Typically, early decision is November 1st of a given year and regular decision is January 31st. So just to top it off, this is my contact information. email, Zoom, phone number, and then feel free to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, as well as Twitter for any updates regarding in-house events as well as campus tours. And that's it for me. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thanks so much. All right, next up, we have Pittsburgh Institute of Aeronautics.
Hello all, my name is Brandon with PIA, the Pittsburgh Institute of Aeronautics. We have been in existence since 1929. We are a nonprofit educational institution that sets our students up through our hands-on educational programs, education and training for careers in aviation, aerospace, and beyond technologies, which I'd love to dive into and share with you some of what we have to offer, not only the verbal, but also the visual. So we're actually founded out of the Curtis Wright Flying Service. That's Glenn Curtis and Orville Wright, same Orville Wright that was the first in flight in 1903. PIA began training technicians in 1929. We love when our students go from student to industry success. PIA graduates have gone on to work at NASA, SpaceX, Aerojet Rocketdyne, Lockheed Martin, Pratt & Whitney, commercial airlines like Southwest, American, Piedmont, for Boeing, Stat Medevac, so many different options within the industry. But not only that, I mentioned aviation, aerospace, robotics, but if it moves mechanically, our graduates are qualified or beyond qualified to work on it. Cruise ships, roller coasters, wind turbines, hospital diagnostic equipment, little bit of everything, submarines. So nice to have some navigation without your career with the training that you'll get at PIA, whether it be aviation, aerospace, or beyond. Some of the top employers from our Pittsburgh campus are Mitsubishi Aircraft, Endeavor Air, Air Method, which deals with medical transport, delivering the medical supplies and patients that literally save lives, Airplanes Incorporated, and Boutique Air. You can find a full list of where our grads are working that can serve as inspiration and motivation, perhaps for what you would like to do with your career, on our website, pia.edu, and then /career-services for that. So what we are not at PIA, nothing at all wrong with it, but we are not your traditional four-year school where you're going to see large lecture halls, a massive amount of homework or book learning. We have small class sizes, about a 17-to-1 student-teacher ratio. And what sets us apart, every single one of my campuses has its own private hangar where we have helicopters, planes, jets, propulsion systems, avionics equipment that our students literally get to live out the lessons they learn by experiencing their education. We find this properly prepares them for the industry and has them enjoy their education at PIA, really getting that hands-on educational approach to a lot of the equipment that they'll be working on within the industry. This is taken directly from our Instagram. It almost serves as a visual course catalog for the different aircraft projects, as well as alumni spotlights. So if you're interested and want to dive a little deeper, that's a great source for you to get some information and even behind the scenes peeks into what we are all about at PIA and how we use that hands-on approach. We are the Pittsburgh Institute of Aeronautics, but in the 2000s, we began to expand out. Youngstown, Ohio in 2006, Hagerstown, Maryland in 2011, and Myrtle Beach, South Carolina in 2012. Just give you a little preview of what it looks like to be a student at PIA. This is 70% of the time that a student is in our program. They're in our on-campus hangar working on aircraft. Let's take a quick peek. If you're someone who has an interest in how things work, building, repairing, maintaining, tinkering, that's the kind of student we're looking for. You need no mechanical experience. We're just looking for interested students, and we can fill in that gap. What we do at PIA is train and qualify aviation maintenance technicians. Quickly to touch on what an aviation maintenance technician is their job is to simply make sure aircraft operate optimally and are safe to fly. And I use that term aircraft widely. Planes, jets, drones, helicopters, blimps, any of the technology I mentioned previously that our grads could work on. Huge demand in the industry right now. 63% of aviation maintenance technicians are over 50 years old, leaving huge opportunity not only to enter in the industry, but to move up through it. That's Boeing projections over the next roughly 20 years for the amount of jobs, not only in North America, but across the world. Booming, blossoming industry, so huge demand. Also huge appreciation. May 24th is AMT Day, a day to honor all the way aviation maintenance technicians better the world. Cargo, transportation, medical transport, forging forward through aerospace, commercial aviation. So at PIA, we offer two programs, aviation maintenance technology and avionics. Aviation maintenance offered as a 21-month associate and specialized technology degree at our Pittsburgh campus. Also as a 16-month certification at any of our branch campuses. It culminates in students having a chance to test for and obtain their Federal Aviation Administration airframe and power plant certification, where avionics is only offered as a 21-month associate and specialized technology degree at our Pittsburgh campus and culminates in being licensed by the FCC. We do have a dual program that can be completed in 33 months, which is both programs together for the right student. We have had students win the Mike Rowe Trade Education Scholarship. Would love to have one of our representatives work with you on that, see if you could qualify. We also have a program going on with Piedmont, where Piedmont has a tuition reimbursement program applicable to our Hagerstown or Myrtle Beach campus, where Piedmont will pay for a student's entire tuition at PIA if they agree to work 2 years for Piedmont Airlines, a subsidiary of American. Great opportunity, something to look into. What I will do now is give you an option, whether you're here with me live or watching this recorded, you can scan that QR code or go to pia.edu/learn more to request more information, be included in our open houses, our virtual events, or just have someone follow up with you. You can always find a plethora of information at pia.edu for anything that you want to dive deeper on. So thank you for the time. I look forward to maybe seeing some of you at PIA.
Awesome. Thank you so much. All right. And next up, we have New York Institute of Technology.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Hi, everyone. My name is Harsh Mehta. I'm the Associate Director of Admissions at NYIT. So just like it says in our name, we are a New York-based school. We have two campuses. We have one that's in Midtown Manhattan, which is in 59th Street, Columbus Circle. And we have another campus that sits on 156-acre campus, which is in Long Island or Westbury. I call this my fun fact sheet. These are all important information about New York Tech, just like my colleagues have also stated. We are a STEM-based Polytech plus school. So we are not a liberal arts school. We're heavily driven on STEM. So our student to faculty ratio is really small. We are about 11 students to 1 professor, as well as we are a hands-on school. So everything that I'm about to tell you is all about making sure you get the highest experience. We are also a small student body. So our undergraduate class is made up of about 3,500 students, as well as we're ranked #1 most diverse student body. And of course, like we said, we're a hands-on school. So we're all about making sure that the programs and classes you are taking are career driven. So 4 out of 5 of our students that place internships get offered, and 94% of our students are placed in a job. So when we're talking about New York Tech, of course, it comes down to what do we offer. So within New York Institute of Technology, we have 6 schools and we offer 90 different programs. Our most popular one, of course, is the College of Engineering and Computer Science, followed by architecture, and as well as we have an entire medical program as well. Majority of our programs and schools are available on both campuses. And as of this fall of 2022, we have launched more of our accelerated programs for success. So on the side, you see dual degrees program. These are all our medical programs that we offer, as well as psychology with school counseling. We are still test optional, and we are going to continue to be test optional. The only programs that are not test optional, all of my combined medical programs that you see to the left of your screen. Along with that, we've added some more accelerated master's degrees. So we're all about saving time as well as money. So as you can see, we offer 5-year programs with the BSAT, which also has a year of master's in BArch. We also offer a 5-year architect degree as well, which does require a portfolio, as well as our digital arts and interior design does require a portfolio as well. But all of these programs are available, majority of at the Long Island campus. However, as of the fall, we're going to be launching our first medical classes at the New York City campus. Along with all of those programs, it's so important to enhance your degree. So we offer all these minors available to all the students. Of course, your minors don't have to pertain to your major. So you have the option of adding more minors to your course load. So majority of engineering students do take a minor in graphic design. Some of our medical students also take a minor in business. So it gives you a whole robust experience at NYIT, as well as making sure you're cross correlating with other schools on campus. Along with that, we'll make sure that you guys have that best student life experience or campus life experience. So we have 60+ organizations and clubs at NYIT. All or majority of the clubs are available both at the New York City campus as well as our Long Island campus. We also do have housing at our New York City campus. We are in the process of expanding our housing as well. So those are some exciting news to look into and forward to at our website at nyt.edu. On top of that, we've added partnership with NASA as of this spring, as well as we offer something called Red Cap, which is opportunities for students to start enrolling in college credits, as well as internship programs, even though are in high school. Along with that, we also offer students to come on campus to even sit in for virtual classes as well. So definitely some things to look forward to. And most probably I'm gonna talk about is our tuition and aid. So we are a private school, so you don't have to pay out-of-state tuition. We provide merit-based scholarships. So our merit-based scholarships are automatic. So when you apply to the school, we need your high school transcript. So it automatically from 19,000 up to 27,000, we do merit-based aid. Our admissions office is on rolling admissions. We only have specific requirements for our medical combined programs. Since they are very competitive, there are deadlines to meet with that. However, 98% of our students do receive some type of form of aid, as well as you could also apply for more additional private scholarships at NYIT. And last but not least, stay connected with us. We are available around the clock. We work in a remote lifestyle as well as in person. So you could text us, email us at any time. We have 24-hour support staff that will reach out to you. If you have any additional questions, definitely use the Q&A feature and ask about NYIT. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. All right, I am going to ask everyone to jump back on. We're going to go around and do some questions so we can hear from all the presenters a couple more times. All righty. Perfect. Okay, awesome. So we're going to go back through in the order of which you presented originally. What advice would you give someone going through the college search process? And I'll jump back to Wentworth Institute of Technology first.
Thank you. That is a great question. Well, I would probably say, explore, definitely look at, colleges and universities that are close to you, but also maybe a little further away. Don't ever be too, I guess don't ever hold yourself back. If you're interested in somewhere, definitely look at it. And definitely go on campus. If you can imagine yourself being there, then it's probably the right school for you as well.
Thank you so much. All right. Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute, what is your advice?
So basically use all the resources that you have available to you, which is a lot. Probably the admission counselors are one of your best resources. You can definitely keep us in the loop as to updates to your application. You can ask questions all the time, but that's part of our job and why we're here. And then family and friends are also a really good resource. Many times you'll know students that are going to colleges that you're interested in as well. And that's another great resource to be able to bounce ideas off of a peer. Thanks.
Awesome.
Thank you. SUNY Maritime, what is your advice?
So both of you took my answers, so not fair. So definitely to bounce off of what they've said, take the opportunity to visit some of these campuses, because sometimes you don't really know what you're getting yourself into per se until you go and visit the campus. So take the time, take the days off from school, get a letter from us. We'll provide you with that and come visit every single campus that you're interested in. Also bouncing off of resources, use also the virtual resources that some campuses offer as well. So let's say you're based in New Jersey and you're interested in a school that's located a little bit further out of your way. use the virtual resources as well.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Pittsburgh Institute of Aeronautics, what is your advice?
So I will absolutely echo what my colleagues said. Empowerment through exploration. Look into several schools, whether it be virtual even before you're at that tour level. But since I'm just echoing what they said, I'll also share a practical piece of advice that I found helpful for students organizationally, which is create a separate email for your college search process. So many times our personal emails get filled up with our streaming services and all the different good and junk mail that gets clogged up in our personal email. This way you can have a one-stop source where you can go on, especially in those initial phases where you might be reaching out to multiple schools and really just getting a feel for even which is right for you before you set that tour up. This way you can go on and have all those in an organized set place. And once you move forward with any of the schools here, any school in general, you know you won't miss any communication, because working with your admissions team representative is a huge part to streamline you going from interested to enrolled and checking off all the boxes, whether it be housing or anything before. So I think that's a good piece of advice that allows people to stay on task.
Awesome. Thank you so much for that. New York Institute of Technology, what is your advice?
It's hard being the last one because they've already echoed everything so perfectly. But yes, 100%. We're in an era where virtual is the best. So definitely use opportunities of signing up for virtual information sessions, virtual tours, because that's the best way to learn about a school, as well as with us. Don't be scared of admissions counselors. We're as friendly as ever. Don't hesitate to ask us questions, email us, and even call us. Like, we're here for you and to make this process as seamless as possible.
Wonderful. Thank you. All right, I'm going to jump to another question. What is one thing you want students to remember about your school specifically? And we'll jump back to Wentworth Institute of Technology.
Thank you. So I would probably say one of the things that I would want students to walk away with remembering about Wentworth is that we do require everyone to complete 2 co-ops in order to graduate. So that's about a year's worth of experience that's going to go on your resume that you can have with one company or multiple companies. And it really gives you what it's going to be like being in your field of choice, and potentially with companies that might even offer you jobs after the fact. So definitely something to be interested in.
Thank you. All right, Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute.
Doesn't want to unmute. Okay, so in regards to that question, something I like to put out about RPI is something I touched on in my presentation. It's very collaborative in nature, not at all competitive. We have about 6,200 undergraduates, and many times when students decide that they are going to choose RPI, they say they chose it because they found their people. Lots of like-minded individuals, very interested in STEM. And to kind of echo our tagline, they are going to be changing the world. So lots of students that are interested in using technology to make the world a better place. And the other thing that I like to bring up as well is this collaborative environment, which is not competitive in any way. That includes our faculty. Because there's a 12-to-1 faculty-student ratio, you will get to know your professors, they'll get to know you. We even have professors in the School of Business that give out their cell phone number. So it's a very small cohort, and it's very effective for learning. Thanks.
Thank you. All right, SUNY Maritime.
Something to note, we are not a military school. So we have options for students who want to have a disciplined lifestyle. So obviously the regiment of cadets is for those who have to get a license or who want to get a license. That is a requirement. But again, that is only for students who want to sail and work on vessels after they graduate. The difference is that students at SUNY Maritime compared to a lot of other maritime schools is that we have the option for students to be in the regiment, get that license, or just be a traditional college student. So again, lots of different options for you here.
Thank you. Pittsburgh Institute of Aeronautics.
I think one thing that's important to know is you need no mechanical background to enter a program like ours. We're going to give you all the knowledge you need. And kind of echo, I love that what you said, Jennifer, of making the world a better place. We work in technology, and technology is at its best when it serves and helps humanity. So I really like how our students have a chance to use intelligence, their education and their acquired technical skills in a plethora of different ways to help humanity, whether it's aerospace, medical transport. And I also love how so many times athletes get to show off their skills on a sports field, theater kids on a stage. We have the aerospace maintenance competition. It's a way for STEM or tech students to get to have their families cheer them on based off their passion. It's in Dallas coming up this April. Tune in, check it out if you want. It's just a great way to celebrate technology. Professional organizations are there, airlines, as well as colleges competing. And I love that because I love even in our program that our students get to be applauded for their ultimate life work, but also them pursuing a passion even at the collegiate level. So whatever it is you're doing, find a school that not only fuels your career, but fuels your passion and that you're excited to start in. And I think everyone today has given some things that I would be excited to dive deeper in if I was any of you.
Thanks so much. Awesome. Okay, and New York Institute of Technology.
Something I think definitely at NYT you want to take away from is that we follow an interdisciplinary platform. So a lot of our students are working with other students of other disciplines. So we give you that robust background and feeling, as well as we have many opportunities for students to do study abroad within NYT. So it doesn't pertain, just like I know some students are like in a medical program, so they're much more entwined, taking multiple classes, but we definitely encourage study abroad. All of our students are required to do an internship their sophomore year. So definitely is an opportunity for leadership skills as well as to hone in on a job by the time you graduate. So we're all about making sure it's a best fit for you at NYT. And we host tons of events on campus. We do Mayfest, we do like Mardi Gras. So there's a lot of stuff that we do.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Thanks everyone for sharing. All right, and now we are going to wrap it up here. So quick thank you to all of our participants for joining us this evening. Thank you to our presenters for putting the information together and spending your evening here with us. When you close this window, there will be a link to a very quick 5-question survey. We really appreciate any feedback you can provide. We encourage you to check back to the schedule and sign up for more sessions if you're interested. You'll be able to find this session's recording as well as all the other recordings at strivescan.com/Edison. Thanks again, everyone. Have a great evening.